Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I realize that there's a lot of new players in Payday 2 that have a hard time choosing what skills to use for their loadouts, so I chose 5 of the best skills that can be essentially used in any build. Just some quick notes before we start. I am only covering loud heist loadouts. All stealth skills, or most stealth skills, are obtainable with 120 points, and I don't think that's something worth talking about. Another thing is, to me, a top 5 skill should be something that will always give you value out of it for as low a cost as possible. For example, I think that Frenzy Basic is a great skill, but it doesn't fit in all builds, and it isn't cheap, needing at least 20 points to use. One last minor point is that I believe a good skill should be good in all difficulties. So keeping that criteria in mind, let's start off with my number 5 and work down to my number 1. At number 5, I have Partners in Crime Ace. Taking the Joker skill before this lets you convert enemies to your side, and then if you ace Partners in Crime afterwards, your convert will take 99% less damage, increase your movement speed by 10%, and increase your health by 30%. These buffs are insane, and the 30% health buff is probably the most consistent way to reach health breakpoints for higher difficulties. It is also super easy to keep these buffs. The extra survivability given to your converts means that you probably only need to convert 1 to 3 people depending on the difficulty and heist to keep the buffs. The convert also helps immensely with drawing away aggression from you. The only thing keeping the skill away from the top 4 is the expense of 12 points. This is easily the highest costing skill on this list, but the upsides are so good that it still makes it to the top 5. Always take the skill if you can afford this. At number 4, I have Optical Illusions Basic. The skill is super simple. It makes it so that enemies are 35% less likely to target you. At the low cost of 3 points, this skill gives you pure free passive survivability. In this entire list, this was the only skill that I never even realized I essentially take on every single loud skill set I've made. It's only number 4 because it is slightly less useful in lower difficulties. If you take this skill and add silencers to your guns, you'll be very surprised how much less you get shot at compared to not using it. Breaking into the top 3, I have Bullseye Basic. If you play this game often, you might be shocked that this isn't number 1. Bullseye is one of the sole reasons that using a terrible deck is viable in death sentence. If you didn't know, cops can't damage your health while you still have shield, even if your shield was at the tiniest sliver imaginable. Because Bullseye Basic gives you 5 shield per headshot every 2 seconds, you basically have a 2-shot armor every 2 seconds, which is absolutely insane. The reason this isn't number 1, however, is because there are a few decks that can still perform really good without it on death sentence, and on lower difficulties, the power of it is less pronounced. This is still a very good skill that everyone should consider taking, because its power in higher difficulties is so much appreciated. For these top 2 skills, I have basically taken them in every single build that I have ever made. At number 2, I have Scavenger Basic. All this skill does is that it gives you a 50% larger ammo pickup radius. That's it? This skill definitely sounds boring, but this skill is so crucial to everything you do. You risk going out of cover less, you are able to pick up ammo through walls and floors more consistently, and at a low cost of 1 singular skill point. I could confidently say that this skill is the entire reason that some weapons can run entirely off of ammo pickup. If you never take this skill, do it, and you will absolutely see what I'm talking about. Before getting to the number 1, I want to do some honorable mentions. These skills are pretty strong, and you should still consider them for your builds, but they just couldn't cut it against this top 5. Resilience Basic is a great skill that gives you 15% faster armor recovery rate. The skill is so good, but the fact that you pick it up on the way to Bullseye, it didn't feel necessary for me to cover it. Next, 9 Lives Ace gives you extra bleed out health and an extra life. The extra bleed out health lets you shoot more cops while down, and an extra life is always helpful. But this isn't a skill I always take, and you really don't need this skill if you plan on never going down. Lastly, on the honorable mentions, I have Stable Shot Basic. All this skill does is gives you 8 stability. That's all it does. It's super cheap at 1 whole point, and will quite literally always give you value. The reason this isn't in the top 5 for me is that I will always find myself taking it last if I have leftover points. But just know that this skill is really close to making it to my top 5. So, my number 1 skill, it's Inspired Ace. Just kidding, please don't click off, please. My real number 1 skill is Duck and Cover Basic. You sprint 25% faster and your stamina regenerates 25% sooner and 25% faster. This skill is quite literally one that I cannot live without. If Payday 2 only gave you 1 singular skill point instead of 120, I would use that 1 point on this. You have no idea how good you have it until you finish your last game at level 100, then you go up in infamy and you have to slowly and painfully run at your normal speed to finish your first heist with 0 skill points. Imagine if you didn't have this skill and you're wearing a suit, and your friend is wearing a heavy ballistic vest and does have it, and you two wanted to race. You would lose that race. it is safe to say that this is the number one skill that I would put in every single build that I have. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Stay tuned when I post my next video. I'll keep you guys updated on my Twitter if you follow me there. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and like the video. Your support means the world to me, and have an amazing day.